Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are diving deeper into Django REST Framework to uncover why model serializers and viewsets are a total game changer for building APIs when they are used together. So, if you've ever felt bogged down by repetitive API code, it could be lighting serializers, views, and URLs over and over again, then this video is for you. By the end of this tutorial, you will see how these tools save time, reduce errors, and make your development life so much easier. So let's get started. First, let's talk about model serializers. If you've watched my previous video, you already know that serializers convert complex data types into JSON and vice versa. Model serializers take this a step further by automatically generating fields and validation based on your Django models. Let's look at this example. So this is what a normal serializer would look like. To serialize a model manually, we would have to define every field explicitly, like in the example that you're seeing. That's a lot of boilerplate, but with model serializers, it's way simpler. Just like that, all the fields and validations are automatically handled for you. Now, let's move on to view sets. First of all, let's discuss what view sets are. So, view sets take the idea of simplifying your code even further. They combine the logic of multiple views into a single class, making it easier to manage. So, what you're seeing on the screen is an example of a traditional approach to views. Normally, you would light separate views for listing tasks and retrieving a single task. So you can see from there we have two separate views, and each of them has different functions for either getting maybe a single task, posting a single task, updating a task, but as well as deleting a task. With view sets, you can consolidate everything into one class. With just a few lines of code, you get all the CRUD operations: list, create, retrieve, update, and delete. So once we have done all this, then the way in which we connect view sets to URLs is using routers. And I will discuss that in the example that we're going to look at in this video. Okay, so if you've watched my previous video, we created this model. But in this case, because we want to talk about classics, then we're going to create a model called classics. So the model will be task. We want to keep the tasks that we want to track tasks that we have. So it will have title, and the validation here is max length 100. We have description, it will be a text field, and then we have completed. And then so that we don't forget anything, I'm just going to go ahead and make a migration. So it'd be Python manage.py make migrations. This should create migrations for the task model. And then once I've done this, I can go ahead and migrate. Okay, so this looks good. And then I'm going to go to serializers. You can see we are already using a model serializer for this. And you can see the code is quite easy to understand as well as to maintain. So it's just a few lines of code, and this will give us all the functionalities. So it's complaining that we don't have task here. So I'm going to import it at the top here. So from models, we've imported the book model, but we also want to import the task model. All right. This is all for our serializers. Then we have to go now to views. So it starts from models, views, models. So it starts from models, serializers, and then we're going to go to views. So this is the um this is the traditional way of creating views. You can see all these functions. We're going to replace all this code more than 20 lines of code. We're just going to replace them with a view set. So the first thing that we have to do is to import the task serializer. Okay, I would like to call my serializer task serializer, not task model serializer. Of course, it's a task, it's a model serializer, but I don't want to call it that. So inside here, I'm going to remove this. Okay, of course, we've already imported it right there, but yeah, we have it here. And then I also have to um, import the task model. We already have it here, so I'm just going to go ahead. So we've just imported the view sets from REST Framework. We have imported view sets. So we're going to say view sets dot model view set, and then here it's our serializer. We have to change this to task serializer, and that's about it. The last thing that we need to do to have everything sorted out is the URLs. So I'm going to go ahead and finish right here. A number of things that I need to do. First of all, I need to import REST framework dot routers, import default router. Here it has to be from like that. And then another thing I need to import is the view set. So I'm just going to say from views import task view set. All right. Now inside here, I need to sort of initialize the default router. So here is going to be router equals default router like that. And then inside, once I've done that, I need to say router dot register to register my router. And then it takes in, so it takes in the endpoint and then the view set. And then we need to give it base name as well. So in this case, my base name will be task. And then the final thing inside here, I'm just going to introduce this path. And then this path is what we've imported right here. So it'll be path, just be like that. And then we have to include router dot URLs like that. All right. The final thing is to make sure that inside URLs, we have a path that is taking us to our application. So here we have something like such API, and then this is including all the URLs inside our APIs. So let's just run this and see what will happen. So it'll be Python manage.py run server. Python manage.py run server. And we have an error here. It says import name project from, cannot import name project from api.models. This is an error from last time. Okay, so let me remove this and remove this as well. Here it says cannot import project serializer. Sorry for that. Project serializer. Okay, so let's test this in the browser. And then it'll be slash API slash task like that. And you can see that here we have like a form to add the data. And let's just try post. Okay. And then if we do this, you see that we can try to update. We can delete. And you can see all these are working. And then you can see all these functions are working with just this minimal code. All right. So today we explored how model serializers and viewsets simplify API development in Django REST Framework. We've built a complete API with just a few lines of code. If you found this tutorial helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your developer friends. And let me know in the comments what topics you would like me to cover next. Maybe we can dive deeper into permissions or custom actions in viewsets, or maybe even validations in serializers. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.